Greetings and salutations. Friday, July 15th.
West Guy in the building.
Back with another one. Here, touching on some things. NFL offseason is heating up. It's getting hot. It's feeling good. Got to talk about it. It was lingering for a while, for a couple months, and they finally pulled the trigger. The Cleveland Browns traded Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers.
Ooh-wee, man. Ooh-wee.
Now, what did they give up for him?
He took a $3.5 million pay cut.
So they gave him a conditional 4th-round pick and agreed to pay most of the salary. What's your initial thoughts when you hear Baker Mayfield to the Panthers?
Honestly, it's dumb. I don't.
To be blunt,
I mean, I'm just gonna keep it straight up. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you pretty much got Sam Darnold 2.0, I guess. Like,
yeah.
I mean, both guys.
I would actually say Sam Darnold I think he has a little better upside based off the mobility. Baker Mayfield, he can move a little bit, but Sam Darnold, I would say legitimately can move.
So it's kind of like what are you counting on? Like his ability to galvanize the troops or something like that? Like what do you
Baker Mayfield just seems like the type of guy that when things aren't going his way, he don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, and then all of the things that were coming out after he traded, as far as from teammates and stuff like that, were saying he was immature. So
yeah, and the Cleveland Browns, like I said, he came in first year, had the whole back and forth with Hugh Jackson, then finally got on the field, won 6 games, and for them that was like winning the Super Bowl, because they were, that was the year after the winless season, or
I think so.
So I mean, came in like a wrecking ball, and then ended up crashing and burning. Speaking of Sam Darnold, as well as the Panthers quarterback room, this is what the Carolina Panthers have traded over the last couple of years to acquire the quarterback room: a second, a third,
talk to me,
2 fourths,
a
5th, and a 6th to assemble the quarterback room of Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Matt Corral.
I'm mad they got 3 quarterbacks that are basically the same guy.
Same.
They got 3 quarterbacks that are basically the same.
In the same
guy.
mode, for sure.
Like
the same mode, for sure.
What are you like? And then my thing is, okay.
Yeah, where's the diversity?
I understand Baker Mayfield is on an expiring contract. That has to be some kind of enticing. You can see if he can play for you. If he can, you may be able to give him a little boy extension, because you're not going to give him a big boy extension.
Yeah, that's out of the question.
And then you got Sam Darnold, who is basically the same. It doesn't make sense to me, because number one, you're telling Sam Darnold that you're not our guy.
I'm sorry to cut you off. It's crazy to think both from the same draft.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They were both of them were in the top 3 picks.
Top 2 quarterbacks. That's crazy.
It's sick, bro. It doesn't make sense.
And again, it's crazy. Like I said, as you were mentioning before we started recording, they cut P.J. Washington. He was lost in all of this. And
yeah,
it's like,
P.J. Walker, bro. He could have came in.
Walker, I apologize, Walker.
Put some good coaching behind the young buck. He actually balled out in the league that they were playing in before they brought him in.
Yeah.
He got ties with Matt Rule.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
At least he should be he could have been your backup. Like, that's your backup. But I do understand you drafting the Matt Corral. But that makes the draft of the Matt Corral even more of a head scratcher.
And then let's say this. This is my question to you. Okay, let me ask you this. Let's say they go into training camp in a few weeks, right? And Matt Corral is better than all of them.
Man,
what? Yeah. Matt Corral outshines all of them, or P.J. Walker is nipping at somebody's heels, like, because you got to have 4 quarterbacks in camp just to
the arms.
Yeah, you got to have camp arms. What if you go out there and Matt Corral is better than Sam Darnold in both of them?
And people forget Matt Corral was arguably a number 1 overall draft pick before he got hurt in the bowl game.
Bro.
Coming from a small school, him getting hurt and already having the small dimensions, really, that's what shattered his draft stock.
I don't think that was a smart move, but to be determined, to be seen.
And shout out to a Pro Football Focus, the most interceptions thrown since 2018.
Since 2018, Sam Darnold has 52 interceptions. Since 2018, Baker Mayfield has 56. In reference, 3rd overall in that lineup is Jared Goff with 49. And then Jameis Winston behind him with 47.
Surprisingly, Josh Allen is 46. But he balling so much, we just gonna act like they ain't have it. We gonna put that in the Brett Favre.
I don't see that. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the referee. If I don't see it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, we gonna put that in the Brett Favre category where it just
he's slinging that thing. He's throwing that rock.
He's going for the gusto.
Yeah, he's slinging that pill, man.
That's where we're gonna put that. But speaking of the trade, let's think about the other team in the trade, the Cleveland Browns. They gave Deshaun Watson that $230 guaranteed every penny.
Boy got that big boy check too, and then it don't even matter if he play. Like he's getting paid regardless.
Didn't they make his base contract this year $1 million? So in the event he's
suspended? So this is how they finesse the system. Okay,
talk to him.
So he's getting paid. I want to say around a 30 ball this year, right? You know what I'm saying? They made his signing bonus like $29 million. Made his base salary out of that $1 million, and that base salary is divided between 17 games. So if So, with perspective of that, the numbers that they're talking about that are coming out now is 4 to 6 games. That man ain't gonna lose more than maybe $500K.
So you talking about lunch money?
Oh man, I can't buy that Rolls Royce. Oh man,
Jesus, that new Ferrari.
Oh my God, I can't get it.
I gotta wait 2 more years to get the next go around.
Hey man, come on, man.
Hey, Deshaun Watson. Man, it's an interesting situation because the fact that the guy signed a huge contract with the Texans, didn't play a snap. He didn't play 1 snap of that contract.
He hadn't played a no snap of the extension, the 3-year extension.
He didn't play 1 snap.
That's sick.
I know the Texans. I know the Texans' stomach turned every time they hear the name Deshaun Jackson. They did get 5 first-round draft picks.
Bro, do you know, like, this entire situation would have been so different if they would have beat the Chiefs in that one game where they was up like 25 points in the playoff. That was a playoff game, too. Let's not forget that. That was a playoff game, and they were up on the Chiefs by like 25 points.
That seems like many moons
and
ago.
Then it was
I believe 24-0, if I'm not mistaken.
Second quarter or something, and then Patrick Mahomes, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, Kelsey, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about something completely different if
life comes at you quick, man. Yeah. Life comes at you quick.
But as far as the actual football goes of it, I'm not gonna go into the logistics of everything else because
I ain't a lawyer.
That is for people that have a lot more education for me.
I ain't a lawyer. I ain't touching that. With a 10-foot pole.
As far as the football aspect go, there ain't gonna be some dogs.
Yeah, it's gonna. No pun intended.
For real, like
it's gonna be interesting to see how sharp he is coming back. I mean, I understand young guy, constantly working, constantly keeping his game sharp, but we're constantly working on his game rather. But that being said, man, he's been away from the game for a while, and he's gonna be playing with all new system. Man, all new players around him.
I look at it like this: you run that outside zone 2 or 3 times with Nick Chubb,
and
then you have him pull it and run that bootleg.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Nick Chubb will get you in the club.
Oh my God!
He got access. He get the face card. He get in the club.
Nick Chubb tired. Hey Kareem.
Oh man.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Come bang your head on these boys real fast.
Yeah. And then you got the 2-headed monster in the run game. Who's their number 1 receiver?
Donovan Peoples-Jones and Amari Cooper.
Listen, Coop.
Hey, have you seen him run that inside route, bro?
Listen, I've seen Amari Cooper run routes, and as a Giants fan, having to watch him over the last 2 seasons, Amari Cooper is a dog.
One thing I can say is he gets open.
He's one of the best runners in the league.
Yeah, he gets open, bro.
Mark Cooper's one of the best runners in the league.
And when I say gets open, I'm talking about separation.
Yeah.
Like he gets separation at the top of the route.
Yeah.
Whether he's running slant, running the go route, comeback, whatever he's running, he gets you separation enough to get the football.
And the thing in him, he's a contested catch guy as well. So even if he doesn't get the separation that he normally gets on his route.
See, one thing I didn't like about him, though, he's a body catcher.
Yeah.
He's a body catcher. But, I mean, if you catching it, I really don't care where you catching it. But in certain situations, he'll stick those.
But he has the focus to catch it in tight windows.
For sure.
And when you're Deshaun Watson, if he comes back the guy that he was when he left, he's a guy that's gonna be able to get it there. He's gonna put it in tight windows.
And then you got Donovan Peoples-Jones for the deep routes. So
didn't they give Njoku a new contract?
Yeah, gave him big boy money.
Yeah, so they gotta finally use him. It's very interesting. Came out the same year as Evan Ingram. So I always watch their careers together. I would say as far as him and Evan Ingram, I mean, I'd say they're both somewhat of a disappointment.
I was actually looking at something where a lot of Cleveland fans were talking about he got hands like bricks, and I was and we're talking about multiple drops per game as far as David Njoku, but as far as athletic, able to get open in the middle of the field, get down the field, he can do all of those things.
Absolutely. Freakish athlete for sure.
I would just say this: a ball coming from Deshaun Watson is a little different from a ball coming from Baker Mayfield. So
yeah,
Cleveland Brown fans, hold that.
Absolutely, that's gonna be a lot different. Another big move. Well, a move. We'll see how big it turns out to be. N'Keal Harry traded to the Bears.
I like it.
What's on your chest? Let's say what's on your chest.
And the reason that I like it is you're giving the young buck weapons. Like,
absolutely.
Not only are you giving them weapons, you giving him young guys to grow with. These are guys that he may be able to sit down and talk about stuff that's not football related, stuff that you can build companionships, relationships. Like imagine him and Mooney. And you know
Mooney
what I'm saying?
Is nice.
Montgomery, you know what I'm saying? All sitting in the room. They people that's gonna be able to chop it up and we did this and that.
It takes me back to our last show. We were saying that they only had that Justin Fields was the only first round draft pick on their team.
See what I'm saying?
I guess now they added one.
See what I'm saying?
Before we even speak about what he can be with the Bears, though, we do have to acknowledge another Bill Belichick failure with a draft pick. It's a ongoing, well-known question mark. Bill Belichick, a guy that knows football, knows the game. It's not a question mark.
It's a fact.
Yeah, at this point.
That man cannot draft. Like, think about it.
At least early for sure.
Imagine where they would be right now if somebody would have took Mac Jones ahead of him. Because he waited for Mac Jones to fall to him. It wasn't no like, 15, hey, I'm moving up, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go get
the
whatever.
The board fell to him, yeah.
Like, the Mac Jones fell to him. Like, if somebody would have went up and got Mac Jones, like, what would we really be talking about right now?
A lot of movement.
Yeah, that's crazy. But as far as N'Keal Harry goes, bro, big body. The man has hands. He's physical.
He was in the top percentile of explosiveness coming out the draft that year. I want to say he was the number one.
I love the physicality, bro. He plays physical. Like, he's one of those guys, like, if he catches the ball, it's 1st and 10, and he gets 7 yards, and you not there yet, he gonna get them other 3 yards whether you make contact or not. You know, he put that hand in your face, like, you gonna get it done. I like that.
And like you said, it added another dynamic. Mooney's going to be a deep threat.
Mooney
stretch the field.
Be serious, man. They already got a connection. That's the thing about it. He came in and had the connection like right off the splash. And it's crazy how Matt Nagy was sabotaging them boys. Like what are you doing?
Matt Nagy should be in jail the way they was running that offense. He should be arrested.
Like I've never seen somebody just purposely sabotage players like that. Like I've never seen it, bro.
It was pretty sickening.
And then you saw it. You remember they had the game where I think Matt Nagy had like COVID or something, and he didn't play. He wasn't. I mean, he didn't coach. And then they had the other guy. Was it like Bill Lazor or something? I don't know who it was. But they had whoever was the offensive coordinator, he was running things for that game. And it was just amazing.
Open it up a little bit.
Bootlegs and everything you're supposed, all the stuff that they be doing with Jalen Hurts. Yeah. He's doing all the same stuff that I'm like, bro, come on.
Justin Fields is going to be a note to see what type of step he takes. If he's going to, make people regret letting him fall so far. I still think it's crazy that he wasn't valued as highly as I thought he should have been in that draft. And if we're getting picked 20, was it 20 or no? It was 11 because they traded with us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so he did go before Mac Jones. But even then,
he should have went before Mac Jones.
Yeah,
he should have went before Mac Jones.
But it was just in the sense falling all the way to 11 was a bit shocking to me. Like I said, he was aligned with Trevor Lawrence for a lot of his career. Beat out Mac Jones to beat out Trevor Lawrence at, was it Georgia? Before
Georgia.
Yeah, so
Georgia
made Trevor Lawrence go to another school because he beat him out.
Get out of here, my guy.
Exactly.
Go somewhere.
You said you want to play where?
It's SEC football, son.
Listen,
go ahead.
Hey, listen, there they call my number. There they call me, so I don't know if they're gonna call you. So another big topic that I find pretty interesting: the Lamar Jackson situation. Why haven't they paid this man?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, like, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice.
You do not.
Like, and then you're going to have people where, yeah, they got a choice. And
Man, listen.
You do not have
Don't let this man hit free agency. Because you got to remember, when you're a guy like Lamar Jackson, in his mind, he's the offense. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like... I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm 100%. You know who should be keeping an eye on this situation? The biggest eye. Don't tell him.
The Dolphins. The Dolphins. Think about it. They got 3 first-round draft picks next year. If they franchise tag Lamar Jackson, if they don't get a deal done this year and he plays, and they end up franchise tagging him, which seems like what would happen, you telling me if Miami come knocking at Jim Harbaugh and offering him 3 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson?
And Tua.
I'll give you 2 and Tua.
I need 3 and Tua.
Have it. Because I got everything else I need. And think about who's running that offense. Mike Daniels. The same person who ran the offense in San Francisco. Man. Imagine what he can do with man, listen.
Yeah. Is Lamar Jackson being too nice? Like, he might be being too much of a teammate.
Okay, so from what I'm seeing, he doesn't have any representation. He doesn't have an agent. His mom is a big part in, like, his camp.
Shout out to the mamas.
You know what I'm saying? Mama's doing their thing, making sure the boys get paid. But yeah, his mom is a big influence in his camp. And
hey, listen, this guy run the football 16 times a game.
So what I'm gonna bring up to kind of
this guy, listen, I love you, mama.
Think about it, okay?
Mama.
For reference, being hurt last year, he played 10 games, right?
Some of that was COVID too.
They had like 2,800 yards. He had 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, but he had 792 yards on the ground. Man. He had 792 yards on the ground in 10 games. And then he threw in those games while running for 792 yards, which is running back numbers within a 10-game span, while he ran for 700. And I don't even know how many touchdowns he ran for. I think it's like 7 or something like that. But while he was doing that, he threw for 2,000 plus yards, and 16 touchdowns.
But again, it's more than just the raw numbers. The offense is molded around him.
It's his.
The offense is molded around him.
If you bring anybody else in, you have to change the entire offense. And then you got Bernard Pollard coming out and saying stuff like, nobody wants to go play with him. No, nobody wants to go play in a Bill Roman offense where they run the ball 40 times a game.
That exchange was pretty funny. And really, that was what brought me to this point, actually. Again, when he was going back and forth, he's like, Bernard Pollard was talking about he's a champion. He's like, well, how many of those tackles? You had 2 tackles,
hey, bro,
my boy.
I had 2 tackles.
He's like, how many of them are game-changing? I ain't gonna lie, hey, listen.
Hey, that's sick,
bro. Bernard Pollard made some plays.
Hey, man. I don't blame him. I had to think, like, Bernard Pollard won a Super Bowl. And then I had to kind of, so it was kind of, but.
Bernard Pollard made some plays. Didn't he hurt Tom Brady? Was he the one that hurt Tom Brady?
Honestly, I can't remember.
I think he was. He was the one that hurt Tom Brady when he tore his ACL that season.
My thing is, like, he's so dynamic, bro. Like, when as a defender, you don't know what is about to happen when this man drops back.
Yeah,
you have no idea, like none. You don't know whether he's about to throw
and
it.
He's made game-winning throws. Has Mark Andrews as a really good target. Have a good connection.
Man, I always go back to that run he had versus the Bengals where he like split them guys and did the spin move and bro, it's like 70 yards, bro. This is your quarterback.
Yeah.
This is your quarterback.
His top end speed is ridiculous.
Like, this is your quarterback, bro, saying ain't nobody open, I got it. And running 70, 80 yards for a touchdown, bro. Like,
listen, the Baltimore Ravens, a well-run organization for basically my whole life, robbed me of a championship in 2000. These guys, what are they doing? He's on the last year of his deal, Lamar Jackson, MVP winner. What are they thinking?
Give the man his money. Like, I don't see, but the big holdup in that is it's a double-edged sword because, okay, Deshaun Watson got his deal, right? Yeah. And it was all guaranteed, okay? NFL standing wise, if you give Lamar Jackson this deal where he's 5 years, 4 years, whatever, 200, whatever, guaranteed. If you give him the deal, that becomes precedent. Now, if you do something different along the lines of Aaron Rodgers and all of that, the Deshaun Watson deal becomes a one-off.
Yeah.
So if they make this deal and give it to him fully guaranteed, whoever's up next, I want it fully guaranteed. I don't know which quarterback is up next. I don't know who's coming next. Yeah. But I think Josh Allen already signed his extension, if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, whoever's up.
Maybe Daniel Jones.
Whoever. You're right. That boy wish. That boy, he would sign for 5 years, $30 million right now. Like, he'll sign anything to continue being a quarterback. I'm trying to tell you, like. But nah,
Lamar, this situation I like, and I'm shocked that there's not more traction. I'm shocked that there's not more, more of a stir about the fact that he hasn't signed yet. But
well, it's the fact that he hasn't said anything as far as I'm not coming into camp or anything. Like if he says something like that, then everything changes. Everything stops. It's like, okay, we don't have a starting quarterback at the beginning of camp. Let's try this again. Okay, let's revisit the table. But he hasn't said anything along those lines. So I think, did he go to? I don't think he went to like the volunteer. I don't think he went. I think he didn't go, if I'm not mistaken. So,
but even then, it wasn't a big story. Like no one's made a big story about it. So right now, it's presumed that he's gonna be a part of it and move and chug along. So
I mean, he is making $23 million this year, but it is the last year of the deal. He gets hurt. It's and then the way he plays is kind of.
The guy was running 16 first time touching the league 16 times a game. That's running up fourth and ones.
That's running
up the middle.
That's run, and then that man is running up. He's running up the gut. Like it's not like that man is running the ball every kind of way. They're pulling blockers in front of him. Yeah, like
10. Trying to get 11 on 11. Yeah.
And you don't want to pay him? You don't want to give him his money?
I mean, again, I just sucks in the nature of football where, they're just so comfortable running cats in the ground.
Bro, hold on.
Right before they dip.
I know we didn't touch on this. Did you see the Orlando Brown
contract?
Yeah.
What
did you see what they tried to do to him? Okay, so everybody is trying to make him out like he's the bad guy, right? And they were saying the contract that they offered him. I saw Garofalo posted the numbers. What they offered him is 5 years, $139 million.
Yeah.
And then they were saying this is supposed to average more than Trent Brown money, right?
Yeah.
Because Trent Brown, I think he hitting the highest right now as far as offensive line. I think he around 22, 23 million a year. Mm-hmm. Orlando Brown wanted like 24, 25. And he wants, security within the contract. Man, I think the contract that they offered him, they made like the last year like $40 million. Like 40 million of the contract is in the last year of the deal, which makes it essentially a 4-year deal. I mean, a 4-year deal for like 99 million or something like that. Yeah. And then
try to pull the fast
like,
one.
bro, stop playing with me, bro. Because damn well there's no way I'm gonna see the last year of this deal. Yeah. And then I think only like a certain amount of the contract was guaranteed or something. I think like all the guaranteed money was. It was ridiculous the way they set it up and expected him to sign it just because it looks like 5 years, $139
Those days are over, man.
Nah, bro. We won't guarantee it.
Yeah, those days are over. Guys aren't signing the funny money deals anymore. If it's not guaranteed or you're not getting huge signing bonuses or it's not front loaded, guys aren't signing these deals anymore.
4-year, $80 million deal, and the last year is $30 million. So you telling me basically I'm signing a 3-year, $50 million deal? Like that's what you. Because there's no way you guys are gonna pay me this in the last year.
Paying a non-quarterback $40 million a year isn't an option for really any team.
You gonna come to me to renegotiate, or you gonna trade me, or you gonna cut me if you can wiggle, if you got some wiggle room?
Yeah, no, for sure, that's right. But yeah, that was just another quick one. Me and my man
West Guy.
You know where to find us.
At Cashflow on IG, KASHFLOWW.
You can find the show Master Brew CB, Twitter, Spotify, YouTube. Instagram, just Master Bruce. Don't hoe us like you don't know us. Send it to a buddy. Like, subscribe. We appreciate you.